Hello everybody and welcome to a quick build guide for the B-Wing Assault Fighter in the X-Wing Miniatures game. In this series we will be looking at the different ways you can utilise your favourite starships and give you a good jumping off point when it comes to flying them on the battlefield. The Blade Wing was renowned for its high firepower and durability, often being tasked with taking down lower class Star Destroyers. In the miniatures game, this is represented by 3 attack die, 8 hit points, a cannon slot, and 2 torpedo options. However, high points cost, 1 agility, and a maneuver dial that makes it hard to deal with stress mean that the B-Wing has faded from game boards over the past few years. However, with the right upgrades and by keeping an eye on point inflation, the Blade Wing can be quite the deadly surprise for unassuming opponents. The generic Blue Squadrons are historically the most used. At 22 points unaltered, they provide a relatively cheap gunboat option. Outfitting 2 of them with heavy laser cannons for 58 points, or 62 points if you want to add fire control system or sustain damage, can form a solid backbone to a 3-ship list. Just be sure to bring another ship that can hold its own when the B-Wings fall. These can include aces such as Amanda, Corrin, or Poe. Of course, you could always drop the fire control system for 3 Blue Squadron pilots, all with heavy laser cannon. This would allow you to fly the staple BBBZ list, which focuses more on overwhelming firepower instead. When flying the Blue Squadron pilot, you will not want to relinquish points for upgrades to help them deal with stress management and action economy. As such, focus on flying slow and straight, keeping the enemy at around range 3 above heavy laser cannons before moving in close for another 4 attack shot, but always make sure to run away afterwards. The B-Wing's hard 1 turn and 2k turn may seem appealing, but it can quickly turn into a stress trap when trying to keep up with more capable arc dodgers. Now we are getting on to the named B-Wing pilots. Let's begin with Nera Dantels. Her pilot's ability is a fun one. Allowing her to fire off torpedoes at a 360-degree arc around her, she can quite easily catch foes off guard, especially since the B-Wing can easily be outmaneuvered in a close-quarter dogfight. Pair her up with Arc 170 pilot Shara Bay for a particularly potent ordnance, or, my personal favourite tactic, just bait an arc dodger in close thinking they are safe behind you before unloading some unexpected and deadly proton torpedoes. Just beware that flying in such a manner will put her at risk of range-1 enemy shots, something that the B-Wing will quickly melt under with only 1 agility dice. When flying nearer, cards such as Fire Control System, Deadeye, Guidance Chips, Extra Munitions, and a torpedo of your choice will all be of interest. Nibbit's arm has a nifty little ability that plays into the B-Wing's tendency to become stressed a lot. When she is stressed, she may re-roll 1 dice when attacking or defending. This adds a little extra kick to her attacks and makes her that little bit tougher, something the Blade Wing severely needs. For her elite pilot talent, 2 really stick out. Predator will allow for even more rerolls, whereas Push the Limit consistently feeds her stress for her ability to kick in. Personally, I have had more success with Predator, since you may not want to be stressed, but better moves later to put your foes in your firing arc. Furthermore, the rerolls you get from Stress and Predator should mitigate the lack of focus or target lock actions you forego when becoming stressed. That being said, I have had some success with Push the Limit Ibis Arm, so you might want to practice with both to see which you prefer. In regards to system upgrades, Fire Control System and Advanced Sensors are still the norm as with all B-Wings. Ibis Arm's many rerolls sort of act like a permanent target lock though, so dropping the Fire Control System to save on points may be worth consideration. What should certainly be noted is that Ezra Bridger makes an excellent companion for Ibis Arm, allowing you to turn any eyeballs you roll into critical hits whenever you are stressed, which for Ibis Arm is most of the time. Her points cost should be around the mid-30s, which make her a competent duelist, but you should ensure that there are more important targets for your opponent to focus when Ibis Arm stress gets to her and she cannot perform the moves she wants to use to escape a sticky situation. And now, in my humble opinion, the best B-Wing ace out there, Kian Farlander. As with Ibis Arm, Farlander's ability to use stress to his advantage is a great counter to the B-Wing stress problems. However, what sets Kian and Ibis Arm apart is the fact that Kian not only changes all focus rolls to hits when stressed, he eats the stress to do so. This is huge. This means that Kian can perform a hard 1 turn to catch an opponent off guard, whilst not sacrificing the benefits of a focus action on the offensive. Furthermore, Push the Limit provides Kian with the stress he needs, whilst also allowing for a barrel roll for repositioning or a target lock to remove any of those pesky blank results. Veteran Instincts is certainly another EPT option for Kian, which allows him to shoot first most of the time. Something valuable when you dish out a lot of damage but take nearly every hit your opponent rolls. Despite this, I have had more success with Kian when he has the stress on demand for his ability to work properly. In regards to building a list with Kian, there are a lot of options, most of which I will leave up to you, but I do find my favourite way to fly him would be to absolutely beef him up with expensive upgrades like heavy laser cannon, advanced sensors, Lando, Jan, or Hero's crew, then just slot in your favourite 50+ point ship in and go to town. Alternatively, to mitigate his weakness to focus fire, you could run a slimmer Kian with just advanced sensors and push the limit alongside Biggs and a third ship of your choice, my personal favourite being Jake Farrell in an A-Wing. Just be careful not to bump Biggs and Kian into each other. And finally, this brings us to 10 Num, the most expensive and highest pilot skill B-Wing you can field. Sitting at 31 points naked, he will certainly take up at least 1/3 of your list, if not half. However, Num's ability to send critical hits straight through onto your opponent can seriously mess up an Arc Dodger's day. Combine this Sulluston with Mangler Cannon for a guaranteed critical hit on nearly every roll of the Reds. This will allow you to keep punching holes in your opponent's ships so long as their shields are down. Now, of course, this spells death for any popular Arc Dodger, such as the venerable Baron Suntevel or the new Rising Star Fenral, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Num's ability can be great, no doubt about that, but its high cost and the fact that crits don't do much against high-shielded ships such as the likes of the Ghost can be a deal-breaker for some people. When talking about upgrade cards on 10 Num, you really want a guaranteed way to dish out those crits. Alongside the usual upgrades, the most popular way to do this is with the Mangler Cannon, but I have seen it done with proton torpedoes as well. Hell, go with both and make him the fattest 10 Num you can. Ezra also provides crits, but only when stressed. Remember, the only one gets through, so don't go overboard on supplying crits. Personally, I much prefer Kian, if I am going to fly B-Wing Ace, since he allows for a more flexible budget. But if you have a friend who likes to fly the likes of Suntir or Rao, then bring along 10 Num with Mangler Cannon and VI, I can guarantee a good laugh, at least on your part. And that concludes this episode of Quick Builds. Remember that this is just a jumping off point for you to create your own crazy and cool builds with the starfighters that need some love. They may not be competitive, but they can certainly be fun. If you think of your own takes on these pilots, then please spread them around in the comment section.